I didn't show you this video in the beginning because I wanted to brag about my physical abilities. I'm way past that point. I showed it to you because I wanted to establish from the very beginning that maybe this guy here, Ivan, knows what he's talking about when he talks about performance at 51. So let's get to it. Before we get to the main point, I want to talk about LEV. What is LEV? It's longevity escape velocity. In simple terms, the most brilliant minds on the planet, Ray Kurzweil and the heads of the top AI most powerful models in the world, all of them agree upon this. Within the next 6, 7, maximum 8 years, that means 2030, 2032, we will be able to unlock longevity escape velocity, meaning for every year that we're alive, we will be able to extend life for more than 1 year. And I don't want your mind to go now into the direction of, wow, I'm going to be able to live forever. No, it doesn't mean that. This body will eventually have to age and break down and die. So it doesn't mean living forever. What it means is that we're going to be comfortably able to extend life with decades. And for a lot of us, it means that we will be able to double our lifespan. In other words, living to 100, 120, even more becomes possible within the next 7, 8 years. But here's what's critically important for that. As Peter Diamandis says, don't die from anything stupid within the next 10 years. Don't die from anything preventable until we get to the point where we will be able to extend life. So the question is not, do you want to live more? Everybody wants to live more. The question is, are you ready to live more, but being able to perform functionally the way you performed in your 20s and 30s? In other words, do you want just more lifespan or do you want health span? Being able to live in a healthy way, not in a way that just keeps you alive. That's the main question. And look, let me say this. I started with talking about longevity escape velocity as this is the main thing in my life that I'm waiting for. But honestly, I learned about this not more than 6 months ago, and I'm 51. And I didn't spend the last 5 decades hoping that something will extend my life. What I'm going to share with you in this video is something that has been my philosophy and my way of being, honestly, for all these 5 decades, maybe 4.5 decades since I've been fully conscious. That's what I want to transfer in you if you allow me to. So whether we unlock longevity in the next 7, 8, whatever, 10 years or not, it doesn't really matter because the main premise of this video is still the same. But going back to how this video started, I believe that we established that good health and good physical performance at 40, 50, 60 is critical right now. And let me address the elephant in the room. If you know anything about me, you know that I have been a competitive natural bodybuilder, and so you rightfully so may say now, well, it's easy for you, Ivan, to talk about these things and be in good shape in your early 50s, but what about me? Well, let me acknowledge that you're right, and yes, bodybuilding is giving me advantage, but I don't believe it's bodybuilding why I'm here where I am. It's something else that I'm going to share with you in just a few seconds, because I know many competitive bodybuilders who are doing far worse in their 40s and 50s and 60s than people who have never touched athletic performance before. So that's not the main reason. The main reason why I am able to perform at 51 the way most men will never be able to perform even in their 20s, and why my biological age is actually 10 years less than my chronological age is this, and I'm fully convinced about what I'm going to say next. Please do not dismiss it offhand easily. It's this. I've never expected to decline. Let me repeat that. I've never had an expectation to decline in my 40s, 50s, and so on. And I'm going to give you even the next phase of that. Now, when I perform in the gym or even outside of the gym, My thinking has always been, I can do even more. I can do even better. I can improve. I can add to that. I never had the decline program installed in me. I never allowed that to be installed. In other words, in my 20s, in my 30s, in my 40s, in my 50s, and I am very confident that in my 60s and 70s, my thinking will always be the same. How can I improve? Not how can I maintain and sustain. How can I even improve? So this is the program that I'm running on. This is the program I've been running on for decades. That's my program now. I do not expect decline. Look, I have a 4-year-old son right now, and I'm 51 if I didn't establish that already several times. When he's 16, I'll be 63, and I want to be able to do the human flag when he's doing the human flag at 16. And I know I will be able to. I just know it. And I know I will be able to when I'm 73 and he's 26. So this is the level of thinking that I have. And to add just a little bit to that, this is not something that I remind myself to do every time. This is not a thought that I want to have. This is not a belief that I'm convincing myself that I have. This is who I am. It's a part of my identity. And maybe right now you're saying, but Ivan, I don't have that identity. I don't have that belief. And my invitation is you can change that. You can try a new belief, because what do you have to lose? You only have to gain. But if I can have that program, you can have it too. And if you don't have it right now, you can install that program and you can uninstall the decline program. So now let's get even a little bit more concrete here. This is the bedrock, what I shared with you. This belief, this conviction, this expectation that I've always had. This is the foundation. But I operate on this foundation inside of 4 pillars. And I want to share these 4 pillars with you in the subsequent 4 videos. So quickly, here's what I'm going to share with you in the next 4 videos. The first pillar is mindset. Everything starts with mindset, and I already began talking about this in this video, but I'm going to go much deeper into the next video because this is everything. The second is training. I'm going to tell you exactly how I train, and it's not going to be a fitness video. I'm going to give you the main principles. The third pillar is nutrition. Very simple. I'm not going to make things impossible in any way. I'm going to tell you exactly what I've been doing in the last 15 years that I believe has contributed to where I am today. And finally, it's supplements. I follow the longevity principles of contemporary leading scientists in the longevity arena, and I want to give you exactly what I'm doing. What I said earlier in this video, very, very soon, decline is not going to be 65. 65 will be midlife. Most people our age are declining because they expect that. They've normalized that. They've made peace with that. And I understand that because that's what has been modeled to us for generations. I mean, look, we saw our parents, we saw our grandparents age. So this has been the reality we live in. Of course, we're going to expect that. But my philosophy and my physical performance is proof that this doesn't have to be the case. We don't have to believe in decline. We can believe in something else. Are we going to live forever because of it? No, that's not a part of the game. But will this give us a chance to age more gracefully? I absolutely believe so. And I think my performance is the proof of that. So I want to invite you in this mode of thinking, and I want to double tap on this because I think this is the critical part. So the real question is this: what's your attitude? What's your view on aging right now? Is your view, your attitude helping you age more gracefully, or is it not? Because this is exactly and entirely up to you. And if it's not helping you age gracefully, then you can change that. So that's it. Over the next 4 videos, I'm going to go deeper into each one of these 4 pillars, 4 areas that I talked about earlier in the video: mindset, training, nutrition, supplementation. If this is something that you want to explore deeper with me, stick around. And if you have any real questions about what I shared with you so far, Drop them below. I read all of them.